Hi, hope everybody is having a terrific day today. The first thing we need for this project is we need two of our Dollar Tree frames. I have a 4x6 and an 8x10 frame. And what we're going to do first is take the backs off of both of these frames and take out the glass. So all we have left is the frame. We are going to paint the frames a gray color. And this, oh dear, and you do have to watch out for these Dollar Tree frames. This broke off, and on the bottom here we have a piece that wasn't even supposed to be on there. So these clips broke off in two places. I'm not sure what was going on with this. This one seemed to come off pretty easily. Alright, so we'll move forward and hopefully this will work out. We will just have to glue the backing in place using a little bit of hot glue. The project will still work, but this is a good lesson in the quality of some of the things you get in Dollar Tree. Okay, the first thing I will be doing is giving both frames a coat of gesso, and this is a surface prep. It will just help give the paint something to adhere to. Now that I have the gesso down and dry on both of the frames, I'm going to go ahead and use my Pewter Gray by Apple Barrel to give these both a couple coats of a gray base. Now that I have finished the one coat of the Pewter Gray on top of the gesso, it's come out looking a little bit like aged weathered wood. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and use this Waverly chalk paint, and this is Lagoon color. And I'm going to go ahead and go over it with a stiff dry brush just to give it a more finished look, a little bit of a blue-gray tint to it, and then we'll move on to the next step. I found a piece of 12 by 12 scrap paper that I thought would look good in the frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece down to an 8 by 10 size to fit inside the largest frame. Now, as I cut this, cut 1 inch off of each side. That was because I wanted it to keep these 2 rows of nails centered, so where the picture was not, these would still appear centered in the frame. So it would be like this, with these still running down the center part of the middle part of the frame, and they would be even on either side. Now what we are going to do next is we are going to take our glass and be sure it is nice and clean. Alright, and before I turn that over, I'm going to put the piece of paper on this glass so I don't get anything on it as I turn it over. And I'm going to do the same with the front, and I am just going to make sure that is nice and clean. Alright, and we are going to place the glass into the frame. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and place the backing on. And we're going to push down these pins that we do have left in the frame. But because the pieces on this side and the back here were not put in well and they came out, we are going to have to use hot glue. Okay, and I'm just going to hold this down. Out of there. Just put a little bead of the hot glue there. Hold that down. Now you could also hold it in place if you would prefer with tape, but I feel like the hot glue would be just a little bit more secure. Once you've put the paper in the large frame and you have replaced the backing on the large frame, do the same with the small frame with a picture of your choice in it, and then just carefully rip off this back piece. So what you have left is the back of the frame looking like this. Right? And there's my picture in the front of the frame is my husband with his daughter. Now what we're going to do is take the large frame and we are going to center the small frame onto it, and we are going to hot glue this small frame onto the large to give it a much more expensive look to the frame. I mean, look at that. That looks like a high-end frame there, and you could pay a lot of money for a frame like that in a store. So what we're going to do is we're just going to flip this over, and not on the very outside here because we do not want the hot glue to show through, but on this raised portion on the inside, I'm just going to put some hot glue. I'm trying to keep it from getting onto the picture, but we do want enough that it will hold this frame in place. We're going to flip it over and get everything centered. Okay, and give it a light pressure down on that larger piece of glass. And there we go. There is our high-end picture frame made from $2 in Dollar Tree picture frames and a piece of scrapbook paper that you could pick up at any art and craft store, and any, of course, photo of your choice from your collection. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoy any of the crafts here, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will be back soon with another craft. Bye-bye.